Hi everybody, Jill here. Welcome to my channel. We're having a wig chat today. This is for really you petites or average petites even. Really kind of depends on your measurements, which I'm gonna say right now, if you're new to wigs or you're thinking, pondering about jumping in that wig pond, highly recommend you measure your head correctly for a wig. So I'm gonna post my favorite YouTube video on how to do just that. It's gonna be down in the description box. It's a John Renault. I just like it. It's straightforward, very easy to follow, just concise and what you need to know. So I highly recommend that you do that. And don't panic if your measurements don't all line up with a certain size. It's very unusual, probably really, if that happens. I have a couple measurements that are actually a child size. They fall into the child size column. And then I have an average and then an average petite measurement. So if that happens to you, just know that's really kind of common. And you go with the largest measurement. And that is the size that will fit you most likely the best. So because I do have one of my measurements does fall into an average, that's the size that I usually order. Now, if you're a petite, that's equally frustrating. If you're a large or a petite, it's frustrating because, again, not all the styles come in a petite. You feel like the wigs are just drowning you because they are, which is why it's important to know that right away. We're going to be taking a look at a European brand. And for those of you that are average petites or true petites and you're frustrated, that is an option. Look at these European brands because all of their average wigs are really smaller than our average wigs and they fit more like a petite would. And that's what brings me to this style. This is a 100% hand-tied cap, which means they fit a little smaller anyway. And it's a European brand by Ellen Wille. So this is going to fit only true petites or average petites. But, this wig, I wouldn't be able to wear a wig grip with it. It would fit me very comfortably if I did my low ponytail and some it stays in the perimeter, no wig grip. I think it'll be really comfortable for me. And I will put my measurements down in the description box so you have an idea as to what at least my measurements are. If you really are an average large, you're not going to fit this at all. Definitely won't fit it if you're a large. But if you're an average petite or a true petite, you might want to give this a whirl. So let's get to it. I did slip this on because I was curious to see if it would even fit me because it is quite small. It's 100% hand-tied cap and I'm like, oh, thank goodness, because it's gorgeous and I'm happy it fits me. The style, as you saw in the title, is called Mirage and it is in the color Champagne Rooted. Box is really very nice. It has a very hard sort of, I would say it's the lid, but it's not the actual lid. When you take the lid off, you'll see that. And then it's in here and really nicely packaged. Wow. But I fell in love with putting these long wigs up. I did it through the entire summer. It is just a carefree, wonderful way to wear these beautiful long wigs. Once it's up, and it can be very casual, sort of a messy, not perfect updo. Very easy to do. I sort of do the same thing with all of them. I get a slightly different look with them, but it's just an easy way for me to do it. And once it's up there, really it's there all day. I don't have to worry about clumping. Should I comb it out? What is it doing back there? all of that because I did it once and it's like that all day. It's comfortable, secure. So yes. But one of the big reasons I wanted to get this one is because I want to show you with this one a couple fun ways that you can put this up and enjoy it all year round. You don't just have to enjoy your long wigs in winter time. Okay. 100% hand-tied cap here. So it is even smaller probably than their regular average, which are kind of small. You know, they're machine wefted wigs. So this is just a little smaller because you don't get the stretch, you know, that you would in a machine wefted cap. So, and this one has very little stretch. Some hand-tied caps have a little more than others. This one does not have a lot. So along with it being 100% hand-tied, we have a full monofilament crown. We have a lace front. We have the really soft ear tabs. We have an extended nape down here, very soft against, you know, that nape. And we have the Velcro pull tabs back there. 100% hand-tied. Every single one of these fibers was individually hand-tied in this cap. Price point's going to be up there because it's got everything. It has the lace front, the monofilament, and it's hand-tied. This is also a heat-friendly fiber, so you can style this with some heat. This color is gorgeous. But I want to get this on, and we're going to do that right now. And what I have on my head right now is a Belle Tress wig. It's called Allegro, and it is in the color Butterbeer Blonde. It's beautiful. Wow, what a beautiful blonde. This does remind me of Scene Stealer. Wow, holy cow. I'm just going to do a spin right now. Sit back here for this. This is gorgeous. Right out of the box on the head. I'd probably do just a little hairspray just to tame, you know, the little flyaways that can happen and to kind of keep it maybe, you know, kind of back and wow. Really, really pretty. I always take a little bit of my hair. I think with a style like this, though, is a little bit of an amount that I actually take out. I think before I put my wig in, I would go ahead and do that after I have my wig grip in. And then I would straighten this because this is quite a straight style. So I would straighten the little bit that I have so it just kind of blends in. Again, I don't take out much, but it's just enough. And you don't have to do this. And if you have no hair to take out, it's fine. It's just something that I do. So if I tuck, I can put some fill-in powder, which I have already. Put some fill-in powder. My own hair is way lighter, you know, gray really. So I do some fill-in powder there. So if I decide to tuck it, you know, then I've got this a little more of a natural hairline. This is gorgeous. What do I love about this so far? Well, first of all, I am going to get a little closer because I want to show you this as I'm looking at it here in the mirror in front of me. Beautiful, beautiful lace front. The knots are quite small. The fibers themselves are realistic. The denier is right kind of where I like it, you know, where the individual strands aren't either really super small to where the flyaways are going crazy, and it's not real big to where the knots, are quite visual, and it also just gives you a different feel and all over density. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the density of this wig. This is quite a long wig. If this was a very dense wig and lots of hair, it would be very, very heavy, and it would be overwhelming almost. So man, oh man, did they really do a good job with the density of this wig. Feels great, very realistic. It does not feel overwhelming at all. I'm not feeling wiggy in this whatsoever. It's hand tied and it's fitting me like it should. I'm not having any poofing in the crown like sometimes I will have that sometimes because they're a little tiny bit too big for me. So it's really to the plane of my head. It feels great. I got my ear tabs right at the temple. Hey, right at the temple, which is why they're called temple tabs. So they're right where they should be. Normally, they probably fall about here. So guess what? It's amazing what happens when wigs fit you correctly, because I have no problem putting my glasses on at all. It's not interfering, just the tiniest bit maybe. But, nothing like when they come down a little lower. But even with that, I have really good coverage with this. Really good coverage. Here's the wig line there. Could probably even take up my fill-in powder a little higher with this particular wig. Ear tabs end about right here. So, yeah, I feel really great in this. Man, not having that really major bunching. I am a little bit here at the top of my ear. Fitting me really great back here in the nape. Sometimes if they come down too far, that's uncomfortable because when you move your head around, it kind of moves up a bit. So this is fitting me. This is fitting me really well. I'm going to get complaints about this. I do get complaints when I do stuff like this. This is Buddy, and you're hearing Loki now. This was a bad idea letting him in this room. This is Buddy. He is a Shih Tzu, and he is over a year. He is full grown. He's just a little guy. And he's adorable, and he's a good boy. However, you're hearing my Japanese chin, Loki, who is a goofball. He's a weird one, but we love him. So this lace front is not temple to temple. It stops right here. That's where that lace front stops. But, when it stops, these fibers are sewn in really to go straight down. And they do. It never bothers me, honestly, when you get lace fronts like this. As long as this part's done right, and it is. It's gorgeous. We have a full crown of monofilament, so you can part this anywhere you want. Not only do we have the monofilament there, but it's very nicely done. I can see very realistic scalp appearance all throughout this gorgeous monofilament. Anywhere where it is and where you part it, you're going to see that, which is another reason why actually I don't like to wear wig grips under 100% hand-tied caps or full monofilament, because a lot of times you can kind of see where the wig grip is, and no, I don't want to see that. So it's another reason why I don't care to wear wig grips. Now, they do have wig grips, and I have one on that has about this much lacing there, and if you part it over that, the part you won't be able to see your wig grip. However, if you like styling and, maybe doing something like this, clipping, whatever, so you have, say, the lacing here, well, now you can see the wig grip really on this side. So I don't like wearing wig grips for that reason as well. I always like to touch on this as well with hand-tied caps. No Permatease at all in hand-tied caps. A style like this, that's gorgeous, It's sitting to the plane of my head. It looks very realistic. It is perfection. There are other long styles and the way they're cut with the layers or whatnot where I would like some Permatease. And if they're hand tied, then I'm always kind of wishing I had a little more body, you know? And Permatease gives you that body, but what it does also is it keeps those fibers lifted through the day, because fibers in a wig are going to eventually sort of fall. And that's where you get that helmet look. In some wigs, it happens pretty quickly. Other wigs, it will happen eventually. So you're kind of always kind of looking and making sure. And all you have to do is really, you know, either run your fingers through it a bit or a pick and kind of get those fibers up and off. And you're good again for however long. Well, Permatease, what it does though, is it keeps those fibers up. So you have a less of a chance of helmet head with a wig that has, you know, that Permatease that's keeping it for you through the day up and off the cap. Now this particular style, hand-tied, no Permatease. Anytime you see 100% hand-tied cap, there's not going to be any Permatease ever. So if you like that plane of the head kind of look, then you're gonna love 100% hand-tied caps. This particular style, it doesn't bother me. I think it's suiting itself, you know. I do not want Permatease in a style like this. I don't think so. I'm very good with it. Just to give you an idea, you know, if I'm right up to you, you might think this stops right about here, but no, we have some length here. And do you know what that means? I'm going to show you what that means. These are my little glass hair accessory collection thingy-majiggers. When you have this length, and you put your hair up, you have this beautiful fan of hair left over up there, and I love that. So let's get at getting this up and see what we can do here. So I think I'm gonna use a purple clip. Now these are fabulous, they're huge, they're long, and when you're putting up a wig, this is what you want. And I like that these don't have like scratchy teeth or real pointy things going on here. These are far apart. I just prefer that, but I've gotten them in all colors. Tortoiseshell, reddish, black, purple. They are my go-tos for sure. And I'm gonna show you, I do this with all of them. This just happens to work for me. It's fast. For the most part, I don't struggle. There are days when sometimes I do and I just get frustrated and she's like, forget it, I'm not meant to wear a long wig and put it up today. And off it comes and I put on something else. So yes, that does happen. But here we go. Okay, so this is what I do. Sometimes I will, here's something else about 100% hand-tied wig. I don't have to worry about wefts anywhere. Bad thing about 100% hand-tied cap, there are no wefts for me to put things like this carefully through to really secure it there. So I don't get usually kind of the lift that I like with 100% hand-tied cap because I can't really secure this the way that I would if it were. But okay, so I like to leave, you know, to make it look feminine, I like to leave sort of a front area out. And I do this in really 3 parts. So I do my front area here, the top, and depending on how I feel, I'll roll it and maybe even bring it a little to the side and then have it do that. But I think today for this, we are just gonna roll it and put it back. And then I take a clip like, say, this, and I will clip it. Now again, got our monofilament, be very, very careful. We do not want to tear it or anything. Be careful when you style your wigs in general. Okay, so we have that going. So I'm just gonna leave that there. Then what I do is I leave some out here around my face, because I just like, I like that. And I like kind of a sort of messy updo anyway. So I'm going to take a section like this, and I don't need it to be probably quite that thick on the back side. So I'm going to just take a little bit out. So I'm going to twirl this and take a little clip of some sort. This is a silver blingy little tiny butterfly clip. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to clip it back. Again, I do not have any monofilament, any wefting to secure that in, but it feels secure. It feels secure. That can be a little tricky with a hand-tied cap. When doing these updos, I actually prefer to have a wefted cap. I'm gonna say that. And this is my hair. I'm just gonna tuck that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna leave enough to tuck behind my ear, because there's a reason, a definite reason why I do that. So I always like to have some long hair right here in the front, because I do like to tuck it behind my ear. And I'm gonna tell you why here in a bit, which I already just said that. So sorry. So again, I don't need it to be quite that thick. So now I'm going to bring this, twirl it, and secure that with another little blingy clip, or anything really. Okay, so now we have this with our little poof, and we have these back. So now we just have the back, and all I do, this is so easy, you guys. Don't worry right now about what's going on in the nape. As a matter of fact, if it kind of starts going up a little bit, we'll pull it down later. We're not going to worry about that. But I do want this part to look neat. I definitely want to get the fibers going in the direction that they should. That can be a little tricky with wigs sometimes. You think that you've got it all grown back, but this is looking funky. It's coming down. So you have to get your fingers in there and really coax it to go in the direction you want. Because although I like messy updos, I still want certain areas to look not messy. Okay, so again, I'm just kind of carefully using my fingers. I'm gonna be gentle, and I'm gonna grab it all up like I'm gonna make a ponytail, really. At this point, you could put a ponytail in, that's fine. But I'm gonna take it to the ends first, but I am gonna sort of start at the ends, and I am gonna comb this out a bit, just being very careful and being very careful. So just be very careful. Okay, I have no idea what this looks like, but I did bring my mirror, so that's okay. Again, I just gonna do that really carefully. All right. Again, I'm not too concerned about any of that at the moment. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start rolling it. I'm gonna start kind of down here, and I'm gonna roll it all the way to the top. So this doesn't have to be super precise and super neat. Again, don't worry about what the nape looks like right now, okay? Okay, so we're gonna roll it, and I'm gonna take it and roll it all the way to the top, and I'm gonna use my clip, and I'm gonna secure it right at the very top. Okay, we're not gonna worry about this right now. depending on my look that I want, sometimes I will bring this up really high. To have, and I just kind of let it do what it's going to do. Now, this is a, I wouldn't say low density, but it's definitely medium to low density. So what I have left up here is, you know, not a ton of hair, because it is kind of, the density is nice when it's down. So the next thing that I do is I have really short hair now though. I used to have longer hair, but I am gonna take a little bit of my own hair out, and I've shaved my nape for wigs like Ignite. So I normally have some nape hair that comes out here, and that's actually beneficial if you plan on wearing your hair like this a lot. But I just like to take a mirror, and I will kind of take out kind of some of my own hair, just the littlest bit, just like I take the littlest bit out here in front, especially behind the ear. And I'm just going to take out these little teeny bits behind the ear and kind of right in here. Now, you know what? Okay. I am a rooted wig person. I like all my wigs to have roots. I just think it looks more realistic. I may not want to have those roots in real life. If I could actually have hair like this in real life, I'd probably not want that. But in a wig, I actually prefer it. So it comes in handy when you do updos like this, because it hides a lot down in this area here. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead now. So the next thing that I do is I do kind of pull this down a little, kind of pull this out. Not a lot, because I don't like that draped look either back there. But I'm going to just messy it up just a little bit. I think that's probably good right there, actually. Just kind of messy it up, you know? And now, the reason why I like to kind of pull out strands here close to my ear is I like to take them then, and I do like to tuck them behind my ear. I have more on this side, obviously, it looks like, dang it. And I like to tuck it behind my ear and keep these here. And that's because that kind of hides, you know, that wig line behind your ear. You see that? It looks cute, it's a little messy, but it is actually serving a little tiny purpose. This one's too thick. I don't like it that thick. Just a little bit. You don't need much to do that part. And I took out more, it looks like I said, I took out more just in general right there. But to kind of keep things sort of down right in through there, there's a couple little things that I have that I use, and one of them is this really blingy clip here. It does have quite a space there, but that's where the hair would go. And then I have my absolute favorite blingy butterfly, and it's got these claw type clips. You're hearing my dog again. So those are sort of my go-to. I'm gonna try my beautiful butterfly clip. So I spread it apart, and then I think I'm just gonna try to work it in right about here. And look at that. It's just another little added cute little thing. one of the ways that I do it mostly this way. It looks different with every wig because every wig has its own unique lengths, layers, density, and all of that. So this is pretty much how I do them. Again, sometimes I'll take this piece and I'll roll it more a little bit to the side, and then I'll do this. And doing that and breaking it up in those 3 pieces makes it so much easier. Once you get back here, all you have to do then is to roll up, you know, the back and secure it there, and then sort of deal a little bit down here with the nape, and you're good to go. This is Mirage by Ellen Wille in the color Champagne Rooted, and it is gorgeous. Down in the description box, you're gonna find all the info about this one. You're gonna see the weight, the lengths, all of that, plus a link that will take you directly to this, where you can learn even more about Mirage. And I want to thank Wigs by Patti's Pearls for making this Wig Chat possible. Thank you so much for watching today's Wig Chat. Always hope you find them helpful. I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye-bye.